Hello, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a love or loss spread for all of my cancers out there for the week of January 3rd to the 9th. So let's get after it. Okay. Sun, rising Venus and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, rising Venus and Jupiter. Sun, rising Venus and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, rising Venus and Jupiter. Show me cards that I see. Show me cards that I need to see. What type of love or energy is coming towards my cancers out there? What type of love or energy is coming towards my cancers out there? Cards need to see. Cards need to see. Some cards that I need to see. Okay, so right off the bat, we are looking at a Four of Wands situation where there's a long-term committed relationship with a foundational structure put in place. Potential marriage situation here with this individual. So this is a very serious long-term committed relationship, possible marriage in the future here with this individual. But right now we are in a situation where there is a fork in the road with the Two of Swords. There's a fork in the road here. The fork in the road is here. I'm feeling with the Two of Swords here. You guys will decide you want to get married, you want to have a long-term committed structured relationship. But the issue seems to be Empress card here, representing fertility, children. So there is a little bit of friction there about having children, when to have children, if to have children, that sort of thing. And so that has kind of caused things to be at a bit of an impasse here with the Hangman card. So this has caused things actually to kind of slow down, almost come to a halt. Not saying that there is any kind of sense of breakup here, but it has kind of any kind of momentum that you guys had moving forward has come almost to a screeching halt, almost. Now, what's really the key here is communication with the Page of Pentacles here. There needs to be some type of communication is the key here. Articulating one's position, and I think that's really where any kind of progress that's going to be made, it's really going to begin with someone really articulating their point of view as to why or why not now would be a good time to have children. In other words, to start a family. And that's really going to be key here, how that person articulates themselves and how the other person takes what they're being told here. I'm getting a sense here also we have the King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles represents being very down to earth, very grounded financially. There could be some type of sense of some type of financial concern, quite possibly. Could be someone wanting to focus in on their finances first, and then moving forward, having the children. So that there's just something pertaining to finances, being very down to earth. Because the person right now is very down to earth, grounded with their finances. Maybe there's a thought that having the children right now would kind of financially throw things out of whack. So there's definitely something there. Now, with that being the case here, we also got a Seven of Swords. So there's also this sense here. I'm feeling here that I'm getting here that the rationale that the other party is using as to why this person may not be ready to start a family is because they think that there's a suspicion of sneaky activity, and that sort of thing with the Seven of, they think there's something sneaky going on. Really, so there's a number of different perspectives that's going on right now that's kind of complicating the issue. So again, now I'm not really going to do clarification on that Seven of Swords. Usually I would, but I'm just like, I'm getting a sense here it's more of a feeling than actually any kind of real evidence, so to speak, and that's because of the current state of things. So let's just see here, what are the strengths of this potential relationship here? What are the strengths of this potential relationship here? What are the things, kind of good things you got going on here to keep you guys together? What kind of strengths are you dealing with? What potential strengths? What kind of strengths are you dealing with here? One more shuffle. What kind of strengths are you dealing with here? Show me cards you need to see. Show me cards you need to see. Show me cards that I need to see. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so potential strengths of the relationship. So, first up, we got the Ten of Swords. You may be thinking, how is that potentially a strength? Stabbed in the back, ruination of plans. The potential strength of that particular situation, you got to go back to the question, what are the strengths of the relationship? This tells me that with the Ten of Swords, person doesn't have to worry about that. That's something that's off the table. It would be read inversely, in other words. So, it's off the table. And that's why I said I wasn't going to clarify the Seven of Swords, because I got the feeling that the impressions I was getting off the card was that there was no cheating going on. It was just someone, pretty much thinking that's probably, when one person doesn't want to have kids or there, or there may be some conflict, the first thing people automatically go to is, you're cheating on me. That's not always the case, honestly. It's not. And that's the case here. The other aspect here is we have the Queen of Pentacles, being very down to earth, very grounded, very nurturing here. Okay? Also, we have the Magician card here. The Magician card here. Again, Magician represents an individual who has the ability to manifest their own reality that they want. Take the energy from above and really present it in a way where they can kind of manifest their own reality here. Okay, so that does exist here. And again, collectively in a relationship, you guys can manifest the relationship that you want. Just kind of going through a little bit of a hard period right now. Now, we have the Hangman here. Okay, Hangman here representing as something that's a potential strength. And that's good. I'm going to tell you why. Because sometimes you need to kind of slow things down to get a little bit of perspective. And that's what needs to take place here. Now, things have, you're at an impasse. Someone wants to start a family right now. Someone doesn't think it's the best idea to start a family right now. This is the first real hurdle in a relationship. Now, if worked through properly, really talk about it, and you guys can kind of make some kind of compromise, it could, things could be worked out pretty effectively. But I've known things like this to ruin relationships. As a matter of fact, I know of a personal situation where these guys were together for 12 years. She wanted to have a child. He wasn't ready to have children. They were together for 12 years. Nothing else wrong. Everything seemingly okay. Broke up. She got with somebody, I think it was a year later, had a child. It has 2 children at this point. He hasn't really he's moved on as well, but I was just like, wow, just 12 years, right down the toilet, because they had this fundamental disagreement on how to have children. So again, this is something, not always, but if not worked out, it can cause some issues. Okay, so in addition, here we have the Six of Cups here. Six of Cups representing a situation in which there has been some admiration from each other for a while there. So you guys have known each other for a while, possibly dated each other, that sort of thing here. And we have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands representing there very 2 clear paths that you guys could take, that you're looking at either having children or not having children. So those are very 2 clear paths. Finally, here we have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords represents moving to a more tranquil, calm situation. So definitely there are some calmer seas ahead. Okay, things are kind of choppy right now, but I do feel as though things moving forward, there's a way to resolve this. So what are the current blockages keeping you guys apart? What are the current blockages keeping you guys apart? What are the current blockages keeping you guys apart? There you go. Some cards you need to see. Some cards you need to see. Some cards that I need to see. There you go. Okay, so the current blockages keeping you guys apart. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Boom, the hangman. Okay? Of course. The fact that things are kind of stagnant right now. Positive aspects to that. Negative aspects to that. Negative aspect would be if you're not talking, then you're not moving forward. Okay? And therein lies the issue. Also, Death card. Endings and new beginnings. Okay? Potential blockages. Keeping you guys from being, keeping you guys apart. Potential blockages. Now, remember the story that I just told about the couple that were together for 12 years. This is that right there. This is potentially that. I don't feel like it's going to move into that area of just killing the whole relationship, but there's a possibility, and because these type of things do happen. So, again, a death card, out with the old, in with the new, wanting to start over, a new beginning. Okay, potentially a problem. Also, we have here King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles represents being financially secure, having financial structure, being very down, grounded to earth. The fact that somebody doesn't think, the issue is someone doesn't think you have enough financial security right now to start a family. And someone feels as though that really shouldn't be an issue, or that there is enough financial security to start a family. So, again, those are the blockages. A little bit too much socializing going on here with the Three of Cups. Somebody's doing a little bit too socializing. Someone is engaging in partaking in the spirits, and they do not mean these type of spirits. A little bit too much. So, and it could be stress related. But that is definitely an issue here. Also, someone's being a little bit cautious. Someone being a little cautious, apprehensive, if you will, with the Nine of Wands. I feel as though this is the individual that does want to start a family. It's the person feeling this way. And they're being a little bit protective, a little bit apprehensive, a little bit cautious. Like, well, why don't you want to start a family? There's got to be something else to this. What else is going on? What don't I know about? What sneaky behavior are you engaging in? That's the type of thing that's going on here. There's some suspicion. There's some other things going on here. Also, we have Knight of Wands. Someone wants to move towards their passions, rapidly move towards their passions. In this particular case, is moving towards their passions of wanting to start a family, robust. Again, Knight of Wands, also sexual activity as well, moving towards one's passion. So there's this aspect of wanting to move towards a copulation, so to speak, to have a family, to start a family immediately, like right now, yesterday, that type of thing. Finally, here we have the King of Cups here. Again, generosity, being generous, being courteous. There's this sense that the individual is not respecting the other person's wishes, being generous, being courteous, wanting to start a family. They're only thinking about themselves, being very selfish, that sort of thing. So, with that being said, let's see what additional information Spirit wants to give before I shut this thing down. What additional information the Spirit want to give before I shut this thing down? What additional information Spirit want to give before I shut this thing down? What additional information Spirit want to give before I shut this thing down? There we go. Showing the cards. 3, 2. So there you go. Ready, but waiting. You're ready to move forward with the relationship. Both parties are ready for things to move in a very positive direction. But there's waiting. There's waiting because there is a dramatic difference of opinion as far as that goes, as far as how things need to move forward. Okay. Also, repetition. Repetition here. Repetition means continually. One person wants things to continue to move. And Spirit also is saying, just kind of just kind of continue to do what you guys have been doing, because it's been working thus far until this issue here. So things have been, repetition is the key to the survival of this relationship here. But also on the horizon is your shift. And we're talking about a huge, a diametric shift. Things are shifting. Whereas though, again, this is turning a mountain out of a molehill, so to speak. This is something that started off small that is really beginning to gain momentum, and it's going to be this big cosmic shift that takes place and could ruin the relationship if you guys aren't careful. So it's definitely something that you're going to have to address. Now, if you're connected with the churches in any way, maybe a rabbi, a priest, a shaman, if you need some type of intermediary, maybe. But it's definitely something you're going to have to address, because the seismic shift is upon you, and you need to stop it now before the breach is too much. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to shut this thing down now. This is a general love reading. May not resonate with everyone, but if it does resonate with you and you want to know more about this particular situation, I will definitely leave a link down in the description box below. Okay, if it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine too. Just take those parts of this reading that do and dismiss the rest. Also, you haven't already, please like, please share, and absolutely subscribe. My name is Adonis. I love you guys, and I will definitely see you next time. Thank you so much.